Mi bella familia, ¿verdad? Se nos cortó, ¿verdad?
El
Wi-Fi, perdón.
De nuevo.
Third time. Hey,
no, second time.
Second time. Hey, una vez más y ya
nos vamos.
Sacamos al gordito.
Fueron de ellos.
Sacamos al gordito.
Nunca me dijeron, acá, el que está a mi lado acá, nunca me dijo que nunca habíamos conectado.
Perra.
Así de fácil. ¿Quién se jala la pija en 4? ¿Quién se jala la pija en 4? Nomás el masturbador 7-1.
I just want to say, estas bebidas de Coca-Cola, ¿verdad? Si no, if you want to sponsor us, ahí estamos, Chequezón, Crown Royal y Coca-Cola, aquí estamos al 100, ¿verdad?
Culo suelto.
Pero aquí estamos, sipping, disfrutando un miércoles como que si fuera fin de semana.
El peach.
¿No está bueno?
Lemonade, el peach, perdón. It's mild. It's mild. Mildly hot.
Mild. Tiene ese sabor a limonada. No está tan mal. Está chingón. I like it. I like this one. Number 1 for me. Number blackberry. Number 2 for me.
Really? I like the blackberry right now.
No, this one is
the mango one.
Yeah.
Blackberry.
I'll probably either try the mango or the peach next. A ver cómo sale.
Yeah.
Pero miren, muchachos. Así como somos disciplinados de tomar, les quiero enseñar este video para que se motiven.
Se lo dejamos.
Aquí se lo dejamos.
5 de la mañana. Adivinen quién viene conmigo. Nadie quiere levantarse. Nadie quiere levantarse. Así que le ganamos al día. Le ganamos al sol. La disciplina duele, pero mañana te lo agradecerá. Así que vamos con todo. Tú puedes. Levántate.
Las de Herbalife a las 5 de la mañana.
To the comments.
Yeah, I do want to see some of these comments. Some of these comments are a little bit out of pocket. David Goggins got 24 hours to respond. David Goggins very serious right here.
Taking my job. They're taking my job.
They're taking my boat. That Nadia went hard.
That Nadia got me hard.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Hey, salute. Hey, oh, shit. Even Joe Rogan got le ganamos al sol. Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker. Las
tías on Sunday at 4 a.m. before hitting the flea market. I haven't gone to a flea market in a while.
That reminds me, nadie fue a la flea market de Smithfield the past week because sospechas de immigration.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
I'm a mama.
I'm a mama. ¿Qué buscas?
Nada.
¿Qué?
No busca nada, poeta.
Anda buscando ahí el mero sarampión.
Mero sapo Tomaso.
Sapo Tomaso. No, pero sí. I haven't gone to a flea market. I was telling Andrew Berger, uno de nuestros primos, ¿verdad? Le estaba diciendo, mira, quiero ir a la de Winston-Salem. Esa sí está chequezón. Y también la que está en Charlotte. In Charlotte, there's one right
on Monroe?
No. This one's outside of Charlotte. It's called the Flea Market from A to Z or something like that. They even got a website, dude. It's like that updated.
Is that good?
Yeah. We went to the flea market. I think it was in Monroe, like right there on the outskirts of Charlotte. And it was huge. It was huge también.
Yeah.
So, ahí was like a lot of quinceañera stuff también like there. And, like,
¿Se agarró un vestido, pa?
No.
She was huge.
What did you want to know? She was huge.
No, sí. I will say, I really do want to go to one of these days. También encontré unos cuantos videos que sí les quería compartir con ustedes. Uno de un muchacho que compró zapatos en las redes sociales negras, le llaman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, con según en la página, right, porque les voy a enseñar el video, solo repito. Los zapatos tienen diferentes manchas.
Okay.
Y esas manchas dicen una historia, right? So, los zapatos se llaman como la persona que falleció, con una historia más o menos allí macabrosa.
Media negra.
Media negra. El muchacho ordenó unos zapatos. Hizo un examen con la mancha.
ADN.
Con la mancha y salió que era como sangre. Yeah.
So, those time to that, los zapatos Nazir X, like también back in the day, like también que sacó zapatos que también supuestamente tenían sangre en el
Oh,
bubble,
yeah,
en el bubble de los Nike.
Sí, el 666 que le llamaba. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Nike actually sued him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nike sued him because he was using
I don't know what
branding.
kind of blood, but
It
it
was
real blood, I think.
Nas XX?
Lil Nas.
Lil Nas X,
Yeah.
Yeah, Lil Nas X is satanic.
So, mire, les voy a enseñar el video para que lo miren. Se pueden allí informar un poquito.
Buki, no te digo nada, nomás subiste tu micrófono para arriba un tatito. Sorry.
No me regañes.
Odio cuando me regañan.
Y
se quita el micrófono.
Dark web that sells overpriced shoes with these creepy looking stains on them. And what's even weirder is that every single one of them has a name and age attached to them. So there's this guy on social media named Shiloh, and he bought a pair and he went through the whole process and documented all of it on social media. I'll tag him below, but I'll give you a quick summary of what happened so far. So the website is called the Shoeman, Keeper of Souls, which probably has another meaning. But when you look at the prices, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, $160 for muddy, torn up slippers. And the creepy part, obviously, the name and age. Like someone's story is attached to it, or maybe even something darker. But before Shiloh could order, the site asked him for his name, age, birthday, and even a rental link. I'm not sure why, but maybe we'll find out. He ended up buying these boots, which have a lot of stains on them. And when it arrived, he opened it up and he noticed that inside one of the boots there was a VHS tape. He hasn't made a video on this, so stay tuned for that. But he also tested the stains. He first used hydrogen peroxide and the stains bubbled, and then he sprayed luminol, and then you can see the result of this. But this story is very sketchy, and a lot of people on the internet are invested, so stay tuned for what this guy's about to do next.
Yeah, I do like watching this guy right here. He also keeps update with on a daily basis with the Diddy trial.
Okay.
Yeah, he keeps you updated as to what they say.
Yeah.
So
real quick, guys, I did wanted to. This is just out of the blue. This happened today, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Search this up while I'm saying it, boys.
Okay.
This
news.
guy just search up guy that is they try to use deportation to get out of a trial. So pretty much, this guy I don't know what state try to get immigration on the witness that was gonna testify for his court, and he got Homeland Security to apprehend the guy.
To get out of jail, to get out of court,
to get out of the trial because the witness was
an immigrant basically
was gonna be in a different country at time of testifying.
Kilmer, Abrego Garcia,
No.
Oh, well, though
he did come back, but now they're...
Yeah, you know about him?
Yeah.
Quickly, le van a poner cargos de human trafficking. Human trafficking.
Is that the Venezuelan guy?
No, that's the guy from Maryland.
The Salvadorian.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah. I got it mixed up with Venezuela.
Yeah.
Pero good news.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy that he...
Lo deportaron mal, ¿no?
Go back. But Homeland Security falls for trick. Pero yeah, so they brought him back. They brought Abrego back, pero just only to face trial here for human trafficking.
No?
Huh?
He has felonies. What are we talking about, the Salvadorian guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. If he has felonies.
He has felonies for what?
Well, that would be a felony.
That's why.
For human trafficking?
Yeah. Is that what we're talking about? No?
Yeah, but what we're saying is that they bringing him back like
No, lo deportaron, right?
Lo deportaron.
And then he fought because they deported me unjustly. And they investigated.
Yeah, no, Donald Trump brought. Well, tú qué piensas?
They investigated. They searched him out. They looked at his information. They saw all lo que tenía. So they're bringing him back just to face consequences.
Do you think he's guilty?
I don't know. Yeah, he's guilty.
Oh, damn. I don't know. Yeah, he's guilty. He don't know, but he knows he's guilty.
Yeah, my country won't lie to us.
Go to news.
Immigrant to potentially get the immigration department to avoid a jury trial. A man who tried to frame an immigrant and potentially get...
Yes. He did. He pretty much, the guy that I'm talking about, he pretty much framed. He was framed by the other guy by making death threat notes to Donald Trump, but the writing was just so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
No, not that one. The writing was so that they didn't believe it. Sorry guys, we're trying to look for it.
This one. Make this one. 1 week ago. A man accused of framing migrant with threatening letters to stop testimony. June 4th of this year.
Yeah.
Apenas.
A man is facing charges that accuse him of forging letters threatening Donald President's life in an effort to get a man deported.
Here it is. Sorry, fam.
Hey.
Oh, no. Response. No. Jala la pija en cuatro.
So I gotta do
it.
No, I gotta
I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
Gotta
The bathroom's over there, buddy.
Miren para allá.
Believe he framed Ramon Morales Reyes by threatening to assassinate President Donald Trump. According to the criminal complaint on May 21st, the Wisconsin Attorney General's Office, Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman, and the Milwaukee Immigration and Customs Enforcement Office all received handwritten letters like this.
We are tired. Hold up. I want to read that letter a little bit.
Had made calls to his records. Reyes from testifying at his trial to the President of the United States. As for Ramon, were written letters.
We are tired of this president messing with us Mexicans. We have done more for this country than you white people. You have been
been deporting my family, and I think it is time Donald J. Trump get what he has coming to him. I will self-deport myself back to Mexico, not before I use my 30-yard 6 to shoot 30-yard 6. He didn't even know how to spell 30-yard 6. He spelled 30-yard 6 to shoot your, and then it covers president. Okay, pause real quick. This is clearly not of a gentleman, of a illegal that they supposed to say it, right?
Ain't nobody gonna say Donald J. Trump.
I'll just say Trump.
El americano says he testified, right? Ain't nobody gonna be saying Donald J. Trump.
Ain't nobody's gonna say Donald J. Trump. They're gonna say Trump.
They're gonna say Trump or Trompas. That's what they're gonna say. Like,
and his English is gonna be, his handwriting is not gonna be that good, bro. I'm telling you right now. Most of these Hispanos, Mexicanos, inmigrantes que vienen, some of them are illiterate. Sadly as it is, son illiterate.
I've seen a couple of drawings on it.
That was quiet, pero I've seen a couple of drawings. They know how to draw.
They know how to draw, dude. Ahí no donde está el coronavirus fufu y ponen el what's that, Krillin from Dragon Ball Z. Krillin Dragon Ball Z. También hay uno, I actually got the pictures donde hay uno que puso su firma. Yo, firma
chingón.
Yeah, honestly, mi respetos, dude.
Yeah, but it's okay. If you want my autograph, no.
Well, I'm gonna find the picture. I'm gonna send it to Bookinator. He'll probably put him to shame. But okay. So, I can play it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rest for a moment.
Espera.
Morales Reyes, threatening to shoot the President of the United States. On May 22nd, ICE arrested Morales Reyes. A detective interviewed him using translation assistance since Morales Reyes could not read, write, or fluently speak English. Both his family and attorney have also stated that as well. In that interview, Morales Reyes was asked if anyone wanted to get him in trouble. He stated the only person who would want to get him in trouble, the person who robbed him, Demetric Scott. Court records show Scott was scheduled for a jury trial on July 14th for that case. Reyes was the victim. On May 28th, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem shared a photo of the letter claiming that Morales Reyes wrote it. She also issued this statement on his arrest, reading in part, "Thanks to our ICE officers, this illegal alien who threatened to assassinate President Trump is behind bars." On May 30th, MPD interviewed Scott, where he admitted that he wrote the letters, not Morales Reyes. When asked why, Scott told investigators freedom, sharing that his intentions were not to go after the president, but to prevent Morales Reyes from testifying at his trial. According to court records, Scott had made calls to his mom and others while in jail about mailing the letters. "I went to go try and talk with her.
This mailbox is not currently accepting messages.
but no one answered. However, his mother told investigators she did not have any idea what was written in those letters.
I don't know what happened then.
I don't think that was it.
Yeah, okay.
That was it. That is
The United States against Canada.
the links people would go.
Who's it's an evil world we live in.
Facts. It is,
What
porque
people say.
iba a decir, imagínate, ponerle a un hombre inocente, sea lo que sea, ¿verdad? Haga no porque sea yo hispano, lo que sea, right? Si una persona viene de otro país, o sea, aquí mismo en los Estados Unidos, porque aquí en los Estados Unidos, dude, hay gente macabélica. It don't matter, right? You got, various people who have serial killers throughout the years and stuff like that, so, ¿verdad? Cada persona es cada persona, pero que tú pongas a un hombre inocente
in la
para
cárcel.
que caiga, para
Just
que
so you
caiga.
can- and potentially deported just because
Yeah.
you want freedom, bro. Like,
Come on, bro.
You'll call me
Like,
probably.
you robbed him, bro. Come on,
Yeah.
bro. Take it like a man.
hey, it's like that guy. Well, this is not a similar case, but freedom in the sense that I don't know if you guys saw about this guy who had the "I eat ass" sticker in Florida.
Oh yeah.
I think it rings a bell.
I think a
Yeah,
couple
I
years
saw
ago.
that came out like a couple years ago, probably
Yeah.
like 5, 6, 7
Que
years
según
ago.
el policía lo arrestó y le dijo, my children can see this. What if they were like, they were, my son is 6 years old, and if he saw this.
If he didn't make it personal, I'm pretty sure it could have been disputed.
Yeah, it could
But
have been
the
much.
moment he made it about him and his kids, then there was motive for him just to pull him over for
personal reasons.
For personal reasons.
There's nothing illegal about having something like that on your car. I don't believe
No, the
it.
guy was like, this is in Florida too, dude.
Yeah.
Florida,
Florida's
my
strict
God.
as fuck, dude. Also with the people that
Nah,
got deported
dude.
over there, dude. The mass deportation is going around, here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Raleigh, North Carolina, Gardner and stuff like that. I saw a video of a general contractor that told the workers around there that immigration was going to be arriving at around 12 o'clock. So pretty much, don't be here around 12. And at around 11 something, you saw lines of cars, people leaving, heading back home.
Oh, but this is the eat ass sticker guy.
Yeah, that's the things that you don't agree with. Okay, we were me and one of the cooks at work. We were talking about that. Like, it's not fair que siempre agarran los buenos,
Yeah, la gente que viene a trabajar.
Go to their work.
If they put this much effort into looking for the actual bad people that are in this country,
That's what he was saying.
But they're finding these people where
working. Their work. Yeah, they're in construction sites, restaurants. When they're working, instead of going to like like nightclubs.
They're not in the middle. They're not in the middle of the street.
Where, like, they're selling, or they're like
They're not in the middle of the street begging for money.
No,
and if they are, they're selling flowers or selling fruit or they're selling something.
They're selling. They're not. They're not asking you for money just because they want money. Mm-hmm. They're working. They're earning. They're trying to.
Yeah.
At least.
I would say it is kind of tough for individuals, right? Ahora en día, ¿verdad? El otro día, ayer más bien, estaba hablando mi mamá con Santiago, con Chago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he was saying that he lives from where the riots are happening. I think he lives like 30 minutes away or 40 minutes away or something like that.
Dude, I'm pretty sure. I think Productions Aunt lives in South Central LA. I'm pretty sure she's somewhere near the riots or close to the riots.
Yeah, dude, es algo increíble en verdad. Hoy en día las cosas que están pasando, I personally, verdad, hasta mi suegro también, que él tiene papeles y todo, también está.
They're worried.
Yeah, he's worried, right?
Yeah.
And my mom was, hoy que estaba hablando con mi mamá, me dice, tengan cuidado cuando salgan, ¿verdad? Porque hasta muchachos de su edad se lo están llevando, right? And I'm like,
profiling,
yeah, just because. So I'm just like, I'm not trying to say that they put a target on my back or anything, right?
But
I was like, at the end of the day, I was born in this country. Como dijo el de I eat ass, I got my First Amendment right. I was born in this country. So I should be, just because my mom is a U.S. citizen as well as my dad. So I don't see why I should be profiled
And-
because of the race of my skin or the color of my skin. Sorry, not the race of my
And
skin.
it's one of these that they evolve so much in the community, like todos los hispanos que pagan taxes.
Los yeah, the
Dude,
impuestos.
and they don't get
pagan
anything.
un
They don't get
chingo
anything
de
in
taxes.
between.
Exactly. So
It's crazy, dude.
it's just honest, like it's complicated.
Yo le echo la culpa al Buki. Fucking around. Miren, muchachos, les quiero también. Miren, I will say this, ahorita que estamos en el tema of like crashing out, we're the immigration process are a little bit of crashing out, right? I will say it would be kind of cool. It would be kind of cool to be part of the protest, just be like, just out, yeah, haciendo desmadre, right?
Put on your bucket list.
Yeah, put on my bucket list. Yeah, put on my bucket list. Hacer desmadre. It's like, so, but be like,
fucking idiot.
No.
like the protest, right? Like porque he visto los videos, dude. Some of those people, like,
they going hard.
They go hard.
Dude, some of those people, yeah. Pero I did see a muchacha post on my on not on mine, but a post on her on Snapchat, and I don't know her. I went through the phase. I don't know if you guys did también. Back in like the early 2000, like 2015, 2014, 13, 14, 15, 16 probably. They had the big stories where you could add a story and have people add you.
Yeah.
Right, and you could do mass adding. Like you can add people from.
It rings a bell, but
Well, había un tiempo donde you could do like a story. I created a story, right? I can make it anybody that I follow can post, right? And to this day, I'm pretty sure you still can't, but it's not. They don't do it as much now, like it was back in the day, right? When Snapchat was in the peak of its game. Snapchat started back in like 2018, 2010, like 2010,
2011, yeah, dude.
2011, yeah.
2010.
I've had a Snapchat since 7th grade. So.
Yeah, 2010, because in 2012 I was in 7th grade. So in 2010 it started. By 2011, 2012, it was in its prime because it was up there with Instagram, because Instagram started around 20.
Not to cut you off, my favorite Snapchat filter was in the rainbow mouth.
The rainbow mouth.
The rainbow mouth. Yeah.
The
big eyes with the big mouth.
El perrito was también. I use el perrito también a lot.
I'm the dog.
I got a dog in me.
Pero sorry, I lost my train of thought. Pero anyways,
the mass stories.
Yeah, so you could add a lot of people. Pero anyways, back to what I was saying. La muchacha, I don't know her, pero subió una foto about the riots. I am opposed with people burning flags.
Okay.
Right,
yeah.
A flag is sacred, right? It's in the old
symbol.
times, and back in and I'm not trying to get to history, but back in the day, back, burning of a flag of another flag or something like that was an act of war. Was an act of and not saying that the times changed.
Of war.
Yeah, a declaration of war, right? Times of revolution for the city, right? Especially when somebody within your country burns your own flag, right? Entonces, I saw the post she did, and she was like, send them all, every single one of these spics. If she didn't use such derogatory, term, right? Or she would have worded differently. I want to say I probably would have felt a different way. Pero when she said, deport them all, deport, every single one of them. They don't deserve to be in this country, right? If you're burning the flags, no sé qué tanto. And I'm like,
it's because it's one of those things where, like, ahorita, por ejemplo, lo que está pasando en LA, que están haciendo mucho desmadre, de ahí se va a agarrar Trump.
I mean, they're just fueling,
lo que hacen,
they're just giving, le están metiendo literalmente leña al fuego. They're making,
they're making it worse without trying to make it worse.
They're making this point. They're making this point valid to the people that I know I've seen a lot of videos, people that regret, people that just voted right? Just because they wanted to vote, or yo por eso yo no salí a votar, pero yo no estoy diciendo que I don't think my vote would have counted for her. Uh, what I'm saying, yo no fui a votar because yo sabía que ese voto no iba a valer. The popular vote does not mean shit. I voted when there was the electoral college. That's when it mattered, right? But my vote didn't do shit, right?
Sí, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Entonces, sí me sentí un poquito mal. I was like, damn, like, we're not all bad. Not every immigrant that comes here to this country to work is bad.
Oh,
no.
You do have the ones that come to this country, and because they do wrong here, because they think that they can do the same things here they did back in their country, right?
Yeah.
They think it applies here, right? It doesn't. Bailo por todas que sufrieron. Bailo porque ustedes no hacen nada. No, pero like pero like for real, like
No, sí, tiene razón.
They're one of the most hardworking class.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I saw a video también, about the pyramids. They were like, hey, the pyramids in Egypt. Everyone says it was the aliens. No one's denying that the pyramids in Mexico were made by aliens. They were made by Mexicans. Y si te puedes pensar es que damn, they got that mentality que are workers.
No, es que sí, like being for real, like yeah, what's going on, the riots in California, right? California has always been that state of controversy, always has been, always will be.
It's more open.
It's a more liberal state.
Yeah,
right.
It is.
Pero the people that do come from over there, right? Like our parents that came over here, right? They came here for a better life. Why? Because everybody believes in the American dream. When they traveled down to the gold rush out in the west, who immigrated? People that was over here in the east immigrated down over there to the west.
Yeah,
right.
Also immigrants.
And they're immigrants.
Yeah.
Who came to the United States? Who immigrated from Great Britain to the United States? Because why? They didn't like the government that was being placed there. Like, come on, like
Yeah. What with the Irish?
The Irish,
they made
right?
The railroads,
yeah, they made the railroads.
Also
Chinese,
the Asians,
yeah, the Asians made the railroads, right? During World War II, any person that looked Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Even no matter if you were
Harbor.
Because of Pearl Harbor, don't matter if you were Japanese. Japanese, you were number one, right? Así como los mexicanos, everybody's Mexican. Everybody's Mexican, but some people are from Panama. Some people are from Argentina. Some people are from Brazil.
Rica,
Believe it or not, people in
Honduras.
Brazil look like Hispanics, but you never know that they're not Hispanics. They're not actual Hispanics.
También pasó lo mismo 9/11.
Yeah,
árabes,
every Muslim, every person that was a Muslim, right? Indian, right? Dark color, don't matter. You were on a tight, like
you were on a list.
And even back then, the immigrants that people hated a lot in New York, right? Who was it? The Irish. They hated the Irish.
Italians.
They hated the Italians. The Italians hated the Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Entre ellos mismos se odian.
Entonces, and you know what? That's why St. Patrick's Day in Mexico is a big thing, because the immigrants that were sent to Mexico that were treated bad, right, during I think it was the Mexican American War.
Revolution.
Yeah, the Irish that got sent down to Mexico were like, well, shit, we got a lot of common with our patriotas mexicanos. Well, our colors of the flag are almost the same. We fucking love beer, right? We love making fights, and shit like that. I mean, come on. They decided to fight for us, and that's why in Mexico, and I'm not gonna be technical, whatever.
During the Mexican-American War,
there is un muro con los nombres de todos los soldados de Irlandia that fought in the war. Yeah. Entonces, right? Pero. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is, it's sad, it's bad, right? You know, this is supposed to be a comedy podcast. I'm not trying to make y'all depressed, right?
Well, you gotta talk about this because it's something que está pasando in the life.
I know. I asked a question about the freaky. If you're ever, not freaky, but have you ever had? Go answer the question. That's gonna be for next week, right?
¿Ha sido friquitón o no?
Tu patrón, no tu patrón, but have you ever had any awkward experience or something with like something weird or
with a coworker,
with a colleague, coworker, anything? Go answer the question, right? You know, give us topics.
That's next week's booking.
No, I'm not gonna be here next week.
What you mean?
I'm in Cowboys next week.
Boludo.
I told you.
Yeah, no.
El 18.
Bueno, ya el pitufo lo tiene que contar su little teaser.
FaceTime me.
Okay, I'll FaceTime you.
I'll be on the other
No me digas to FaceTime me because I will.
That's fine.
Can it translate? Yo no sé inglés.
Yo saco mi español perfectamente.
Bueno. Cállese, pa. A ver, pero
sí.
diga la historia antes de que...
Ya para antes de cerrar.
The coworker?
Yeah, diga su historia.
Damn, this is coworker, right?
Lucía, se lo estás escuchando, por favor.
Lucía.
Lucía.
I'll never forget about Lucía.
Lucía, si lo estás escuchando. Si lo estás escuchando, por
What
favor.
was the question?
Have you ever been friquitón with your coworker? No.
Okay. So this time, I don't want to say names or restaurant name because this restaurant still exists.
McDonald's.
Anyways, she was in charge, like, to close that shift, right? Mm-hmm. Yo, but in ese restaurante, nobody could leave until, like, the last table left because we had to do, like, mopping and jalar agua. So we all had to stay until the freaking last table left. Whatever, right? So, fue la última mesa, boom, boom, boom. And I was trying to get with this girl, right? Y no, pues ya por fin acabamos todo. She went to the office to finish her, the corte, right? And everybody did. So I was just outside waiting for my money because she needed to pay me. So, I went to the office, I knocked on the door, like, hey, listen, I'm missing such and such money for the el corte. Do I wait for you here? Do you want me to wait out there? How are we going to do this? Because, you can wait for me in here. And I look at that way. And I did close the door. No, there was nobody there. But I did close the door at the office, right?
No solo le mapeó adentro.
This is something I've seen. I've seen this before somewhere.
And we started talking. It was a small office. It wasn't like, it was probably like
definitely.
Como aquí. Yeah, como like, it was like that width.
You were in a storage unit, bro.
Basically.
Oh, no, esos, you mean one of those?
That's too big.
I
think something like that.
Something like that.
Era un cuarto de 4x4 en donde te metía.
Que nomás estaban one desk on this side with the computer, and that's it. That's all.
Okay.
So probably like, anyways, that's the point. We started talking a little bit here and there. And then one thing led to another thing.
What you mean you started? How long did you talk to her?
Oh,
we talked. I talked your chick. I got her horny.
We talked. Dude.
I talked her horny.
We talked. We didn't leave the restaurant till like freaking 1:00 at least, and we closed at 10.
Damn, Booking, you put in that work. You put in that work, Bookinator. Shit.
We're
como esa atleta, para correr.
It was before that time. It was before that time. But we started talking in the office. One thing led to another. The chair broke. We didn't say nothing. We just told the manager that, like, last night something went wrong with the chair that it broke.
Está bueno. And the manager believed you?
The manager didn't say nothing. He said,
my fat ass
cuarto olía culo.
My fat ass sat on that chair and it broke. Yeah, okay.
So, there was no camera, so there was no, like...
No
evidencia, pero...
Solo lo que tengo aquí arriba.
So, yeah, it was a crazy night in the office.
So, have you ever gone back to that McDonald's or what?
It was at a McDonald's, pero...
Bro, Nick.
Not at a McDonald's, that's crazy.
The McDonald's.
I never worked at a McDonald's.
Did you ever go back to that restaurant? ¿Te has topado con esa persona?
No.
¿De nunca más?
Yeah, nunca más. Okay. And that restaurant's not there no. The franchise is still there, But that restaurant there is no longer there.
There's that Subway, bro. Está. A ver. Díganos unas historias ahí para culminar la noche, a ver.
Bueno, yo no le voy a contar una historia friquetona porque a mí nunca me ha pasado nada con un trabajador así algo, pero algo perdón, con un ex coworker colleague. I mean, I've never had anything weird happen to me during
the work hours
or anything like that. I've nothing of the sort. Pero something not awkward, but I feel bad about it. When I was working at the company where I was fixing phones, they sent me and another guy that same name as me, right? You know,
Ronald with an I.
Yeah, his name was that, but with an I.
Really?
No.
No, I was like,
no. It was other name.
What? Okay.
I have many names.
Friquitón is number one.
I just remember the Gabriel Iglesias meme, pero not the point.
Okay.
No sé, él anda en otro mundo.
No. Hey, 2 Jameson shots in and I'm done.
No, it's not even that.
Pero they sent us to go put a door in one of the warehouses, and he asked me to hold. He's asking me to hold the door, and it's one of the doors that tiene resortes, so it slowly was swinging itself back, and he had his fingers, and it was an aluminum, so it was kind of not aluminum, but it was steel.
Oof.
It was steel, so it was quite heavy, right? It was quite heavy, but not too heavy. It was like that like steel gets como mixed with something else hollow.
Yeah.
It wasn't like stupid heavy. But the point being is that they asked us to put it. And yeah, I'm holding it and they asked me, and he screwed it in, right, but he has his hand está metido donde the crack is. Right in the crack, and it swings back, but I'm holding the door, right? So there's no way for me to either I let go and that shit falls down, right? And it hits either one of us. But I didn't know that it was swinging. It was slowly creaking itself on the way back, and he had his finger. And all I hear is like, ah! He's like the boy screaming top of his lungs, like And I'm like, oh shit! And then he drops the drill. I drop the door. Right, his hands are and he's like, he had a long ass fucking hair. Then he's walking around and he's like, and I know he's like whispering, but I know that motherfucker is cursing at me to the fullest, right? And I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I was like, man, I feel so bad. I don't know what to do, And I was trying to justify
your means,
the accident, pero
you were trying to just my bad, cuz.
My bad, bro. I didn't see your fingers there, bro. I mean, I saw it, but there was nothing really I could do. The inedible happened. The edible kicked it. Pero, that's one. That's one.
Yo se lo digo. A mí una vez yo trabajando con él, me hizo ahí una jugada media ensalivada.
Media ensalivada.
Me dice, está caliente. Le digo, no lo dejes caer. Es que está bien caliente. Y le digo, no lo dejes caer. Bro,
it was hot, bro. Okay,
no
it was a steel bar, bro, that had been sitting in the blazing hot sun for how many days, right?
Probably
but
summer.
All summer, but that day was like 100 and like something degrees outside. And my feet was burning. I told him I was gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop it. Hey, multiple warnings.
Multiple is his fault.
I let him know.
It's his fault.
No movió la pata. Ahí lo torcí.
Oh. Yeah, dude, me peló, dude. I can see the white from the bone. Because me peló la piel, dude. Like, la
from
piel.
The foot.
Like, yeah.
From the foot.
Yeah, from the ankle. Well, ankle.
From as you go down, this is the ankle. This is the foot. This is the little ankle right here. So, like, the middle part.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It was a steel beam.
Yeah,
it was probably like 20 feet.
Yeah, like 20 feet. I want to say probably weighed like 150.
And I believe I was 13 years old. Not like a 12, 13 years old. And Morris was like
15,
15, 16 already. Yeah. I told him, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop this bitch right now, bro.
And it's not that when he dropped it, yo como lo estaba agarrando así lo estaba agarrando entre medio, dude. Cuando cayó con la fuerza, rebotó. Cuando rebotó, it slipped out of my hand. And of course, it slipped out of my
vibration.
hand. Yes, it slipped out of my hand. The edge, la orilla, dude. La orilla me agarró right here, dude. I was like, oh. Yeah, dude. This is it. Desde ese día, we were like, fuck it. We're not doing that shit anymore. So, pero con esto, mi bella gente, se los dejo
Pero
aquí.
bueno.
Se los dejo aquí al más,
Eso fue un
guapo.
poquito. Eso fue un poquito de lo que va. Quizás va a haber next week. Ustedes saben, nosotros somos raw. Spontaneous shit happen. Some may happen here until Wednesday. 2 new episodes are definitely going to be going up this weekend. I'm sorry I've been slacking. No es que I want to slack, right? You know, el trabajo me ha tenido
En 4.
en 4 lamiéndome el culo. No bien rico.
Se salió canal.
La lengua la tiene bien escaldada. Anyways, perdón. Muy vulgar. Pero, you know, stay tuned. Viernes a la noche, sábado, amanecer sábado o sábado al mediodía. 2 episodios, last week's and today's, right? Entonces, shout out to all the people that have seen us. Stay tuned. Can't forget about the challenge. Stay tuned. Vamos a traer a gente. Vamos a tener a guests. Ya tenemos locked down a couple of guests. Right? You know, Norberto y Jackie Chan.
Hey, Jackie Chan.
Están apuntados.
Norberto.
Probablemente el cuñado viene. Le pregunto. A ver si está disponible. Si puede. Si no, pues quizás le digo para convencerle. Se le paga del gas. Veremos. Veremos con qué pito se juega. Pero ya saben, familia, nos tienen que seguir en Instagram, puras bolas 24, right, on YouTube. On Utah.
We're in Utah, holy shit.
En Utah. Estamos en Utah, no, en YouTube, perdón, puras bolas podcast también. No se olviden de decirnos DMs, you know, quieren venir aquí al podcast, no tienen que traer nada, nothing. You just want to be part of algo.
No tiene que traer nada. No traes nada.
No traigas nada. No traigas mi ropa. Vente desnudo. En pelotas.
Solo si eres chica.
Yo no lo dije.
Yo no lo dije entonces.
Pero no lo pensé tampoco.
Está bien, está bueno.
Bueno, ya se está alargando la cerrada. Pero bueno, familia. Ya saben, aquí se habla de todo. Es un desmadre total. Es you know. Pero ya saben, stay tuned. Porque tenemos cosas grandes. Y shout out to el Buquimanías que nos trajo
el mero.
El mero whisky lemon, not sponsored, pero un día.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Pound Royale.
Shout out to Run Club, porque ellos siempre are up. Run Club. Sorry que no he ido a correr. Miss Jennifer. Oh, happy birthday, Skyler. Happy birthday, Skyler. Can't forget about that. Entonces, Sorry, excuse me.
Sorry. Don't think I'm on that fit, bro. I just got these mosquitoes, bro.
Hey, aquí está medio lamoso.
Hey, I came prepared. I got my pants and my long sleeves.
Pero bueno, familia. Ya saben que esto fue Puras Bolas.
Hey, yo, follow me on TikTok. Buquimanías.
Buquimanías. Ahí das.